All right, well, with the recent change in weather conditions, fire officials in the Sierra Nevada forest, they're declaring the Lyons fire officially out. Now, the news release states the fire was located in designated wilderness. Therefore, firefighters used natural barriers for containment lines, ground support from Forest Service mule teams, and minimum impact suppression tactics, known as MIST, whenever possible. The Lyons fire ended up burning 13,347 acres with similar effects as the Butte fire in 2017, creating a mosaic landscape within the fire perimeter. Over half of the fire area burned with low to moderate intensity, while small pockets of unburned vegetation still remain in the interior. This mosaic pattern creates diversity within the landscape, which is vital to the ecosystem health and for wildlife habitat. Now, that news release from the Sierra National Forest states that wildland fire, just as wind and weather, has helped shape the beauty of the Sierra Nevada and is an integral and necessary part of the ecosystem. The Lyons fire effects help diminish the risk of future fires in the area being larger, more destructive, and harder to control. In particular, the Lyons fire footprint creates a fuel break, providing one significant piece of the puzzle that reduces the potential for unwanted fire to move toward the developed areas of Reds Meadow Valley and the town of Mammoth Lakes. We did post that full press release on SierraWave.net. Well, Sierra Wave media contributor Charles James filed a story on Bishop resident Molly Scott, who has had 18 eye surgeries in the past 5 years. Charles James begins the story with a quote: "The only disability in life is a bad attitude." That comes from Scott Hamilton, 1984 U.S. Olympic gold medalist skater. Hamilton was born with a congenital brain tumor which stunted his physical growth as a child, and yet he achieved great success. He would undoubtedly be very impressed with the remarkably positive attitude coupled with a sense of grace and humor shown by Bishop resident Molly Scott. Again, she has faced 18 eye operations to save the eyesight in her left eye over the past 5 years. Now, Molly was born in La Cañada with cataracts and legally blind in her right eye, grew up facing challenges her entire life. Yet she will tell you that up until 7 years ago, she led a remarkably charmed and fulfilling life, including supporting loving parents and siblings, and the love of her life, late husband Jeffrey Scott, who she met while attending college at UC San Diego, where he worked doing electrical work. Scott was a local contractor, respected watercolorist, who died unexpectedly in 2009 at the age of 58. Now, within a span of 5 years, Molly lost both her husband and her parents, been living with them in Bishop, and then 2 years later she would confront a life-changing threat to the eyesight in her left eye. She says, "I began to experience a very sharp pain in my left eye. It felt like someone was hammering a nail into my eye. It was so intense that I would get very sick and literally have to lie down." Molly Scott was diagnosed with acute angle closure glaucoma, a very rare form of glaucoma that can present a sudden and rapid increase of intraocular pressure, IOP, within the eye, which can destroy the optic nerve, resulting in permanent blindness. Molly recently attended a 2-week training through the Society for the Blind's Senior Impact Project retreat, in which she learned how to better cope with her vision impairment. Molly came back feeling more empowerment and learned how to live my life more independently. Molly also has high praise for the UCLA Doheny Eye Institute in Pasadena, crediting Drs. Bikris Chopra and Dr. Hugo Su for saving her eyesight. "They are incredible," she said, as is the entire medical staff at the Institute. Charles James writes, "The most impressive thing about Molly Scott, not her 18 eye surgeries as much as her positive attitude and resilience. She admits that sometimes she has despaired, but rather than become discouraged and losing faith, she says she has chosen knowledge over acceptance." Boy, Charles James wrote a fine story, and that is posted on our website, SierraWave.net. And a wonderful press release by Barbara Lahan on the spotlight of excellence that shined recently on local healthcare professionals. Healthcare colleagues and community leaders gathered to celebrate the caring, compassionate, and giving spirits of 5 individuals as part of the Northern Inyo Hospital Foundation's 3rd annual Avenue of Excellence Awards dinner. Now honored were Dr. Charlotte Helvey. Dr. Helvey was named Physician of the Year. Also, registered nurse Abel Jones, recipient of the Daisy Award for Nursing Excellence, as well as project manager Linda Vance, named Employee of the Year. Also honored were recently retired Northern Inyo Healthcare District Board of Trustee members Pete Watercott and Dr. John Ungersma, whose names will go forward on recurring Lifetime Achievement Awards. Pete Watercott Award will be for an individual who, through work and dedication, has advanced the social service fabric of our communities, resulting in improved health outcomes for the people of Northern Inyo. The John Ungersma MD Award will be awarded to the person whose work in healthcare has exemplified our mission of improving our communities, one life at a time. Now, as the warm autumn afternoon, I should say, gave way to a chilly night, evening became a true celebration of the individuals chosen by their communities and colleagues for the honors that were about to be bestowed. And in their acceptance speeches, each would argue their contribution was simply being a part of the Northern Inyo Healthcare District team, simply doing their job, simply serving their constituents. Yet, as Northern Inyo Healthcare District Chief Executive Officer Kevin S. Flanagan, MD, MBA, noted, even a team needs a champion who remains energized and focused when others begin to wane in their enthusiasm. These 5 individuals exemplify what it means to lead by example and to work with others to accomplish a goal. Again, please see SierraWave.net. A lot more information on that wonderful press release by Barbara Ferry Lahan. And again, that is posted on our website, SierraWave.net. We'll be back with a weather report.